Today's topic is Gauss-Jacobi iteration method. This is another method like Gauss elimination method. This is another method of solving linear equations of first degree. So here it's unlike the Gauss elimination method, it's an iterative method. Iterative means we will get some iterative formula using n and putting the values of n of 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, we will get the approximate result. Okay, so at first starting with the set of equations a11x1 plus a12x2 plus dot dot a1nxn equals b1 a12x1 plus equals b2 and so on, then that one 2 1. This is the set of n equations with n unknowns. Now here for the Gauss-Jacobi iteration method, the preliminary condition is the system of given equations should be diagonally dominant. The system of equations should be diagonally dominant. At first we have to check this. Now you know what does it mean by diagonal dominance? That means the diagonal element, its modulus value should be greater than the sum of the values of the other coefficients. That means a11 mod of a11 should be greater or equal to a mod a12 plus mod a13 plus mod a1n. Similarly, mod a22 should be greater or equal to a21 plus a23 up to a2n and so on. For the nth function, nth equation, this one is also must be true. Okay, if this happens, that means the system of equation is diagonally dominant. Then we can further proceed to get the Gauss-Jacobi iteration method. That means in general, using this one, what we can write, that means aii, this modulus value should always greater or equal to summation of modulus of aij, where j not equal to I and j runs from 1 to n, right, where I equals 1 to dot dot up to n. We can write this diagonal dominance condition by this compact form also. Now after checking that it is diagonally dominant, we can further proceed for the Gauss-Jacobi iteration method. For that, what will we do? From each of the equations we will take the diagonal element, that means x1, then for the next part we will choose x2, then for the next equation we will choose x3 and so on. For the nth equation we will choose xn. That means just find out the value of x1 from this equation. So from the first equation, if we try to get the value of x1, what will we get? We will get this whole part b1 minus this whole part divided by a11. So I am writing it, x1 will be equal to 1 by a11 into b1 minus a12 x2 minus dot dot up to a1n xn. Similarly, from the second equation, if we want to get the value of x2, it will be x2 equals 1 by a22, then b2 minus a21 x1 minus dot dot minus 2n minus 1 xn. Right, next, not 2n minus 1, 2n, then up to dot dot nth equation. From the nth equation, if we want to get xn, it will be 1 by ann, then bn minus an1 x1 minus dot dot up to minus an, there will be n minus 1 xn minus 1, right, this one. So this is for the first step of our iterative method. Now here we are using, this is as the like the iteration are generated by the formula, where we are using here k plus 1. That is, for the k plus 1th step this will give the value, and on the other variables from where we are getting the value, we are using k. Okay, so this is our required iterative formula. Now by putting the values of k equals 0, 1, 2 up to so on, we get the required iterative formula for the solution. We will apply this iterative formula until we get the desired degree of accuracy, like 2 decimal place or up to 3 decimal place. Whatever we want to, we have to apply this iterative formula step by step, just by putting k equals 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, this is the procedure of Gauss-Jacobi method. So the main thing of this type of problem is, at first you need to check the system of equation is diagonally dominant or not. If not, then you have to change the equations. That means the position of the equation, so that it can become diagonally dominant. So starting with an example. Solve the system by Gauss-Jacobi iteration method. By Gauss-Jacobi iteration method, 20x1 minus x2 plus x3 equals 23.28. Then x1 plus 15x2 minus x3 equals 29.92. Then 2x1 plus x2 minus 20x3 equals minus 55.64, comma, correct up to 2 decimal places. Correct up to 2 decimal places. So we have to solve it. At first we need to check this is diagonally dominant or not. So this element 20 mod of 20, that means 20, then minus 1 and 1. Obviously mod 20 greater than mod of minus 1 plus 1, which is equals 2, that is 20 greater than 2. So first one is diagonally dominant. Next, for the second one, this is 15. So mod 15 should be greater than mod 1 plus mod minus 1. This is also true. And for the third one, mod of minus 20 should be greater than mod 2 plus mod 1. That means 20 should greater than 3. Yeah, this is also true. That means the system is strictly diagonally dominant. Now we need to apply the formula. So from the first equation, what will we get? If we trying to get the value of x1, it will be 1 by 20 into 23.28 plus x2 minus x3, right? Next, from the second equation, x2 will be 1 by 15, then 29.92 minus x1 plus x3, and for last one, x3 will be 1 by 20, taking the minus in the bracket, so it will be 1 by 20, then 55.64 plus 2x1 plus x2. Okay, this is the formula from the first set of equations. Now we have to use k and k plus 1 over there. So taking this one, so this is the required iterative formula. Now we have to put the values for k equals 0, 1, 2 and so on until we get the desired degree of accuracy. So for that reason, at first we are putting k equals 0. So what will we get? x1 1, this will be 1 by 20 into 23.28 minus x2 0, plus x2 0 minus x3 0. Now for the initial part, that is we don't know the value of x2 0 or x1 0 or x3 0, we will choose the initial guess solution as 0 0 0. So let x1 0 equals 0 equals x2 0 equals x3 0. Okay, so by putting it, what will we get? 1 by 20, 23.28, get the value. (1.164). Next x2 1. So it will become 1 by 15 into 29.92. The remaining values will be 0. So 2 divided by 15. It will give 1.99. Okay, we have to find out up to 2 decimal places. So we can take this one up to. Next is x3 1. So it will become 1 by 20, then 55.64. It will give the value 64 divided by 20, 2.782. Okay, this is the second set of value. Now next, moving to the next set of value, putting k equals 1. So we will get x1 2. Put its value, it will become 1 by 20 into 23.28 plus according to the formula it will be x2 1. So what is the value of x2 1? It's 1.99 minus x3 1. So x3 1 got the value 2.782. Find out its value. Its value will be 1.12. Next, the value of x2 2. Moving to the next one, x2 2, and its value will be 1 by 15 into 29.92 minus x1 2. What is the value of x1 2? We got the value of x1 2 as 1.12 minus, so not minus, plus its value will be x3 2.